You know, the universe is so good to me. I have low blood pressure. So whenever I need to kick my blood pressure up, all I do is read the newspapers. One of my favorite hobbies. So this week, there's plenty of top of the news about farming. Release of land paves way for high-tech farming. Everybody is talking about this land for farms up for tender, a first in decades. Land to be released for new farms to raise food supply. Even the Business Times has it on the front page. Grim thumbs up for AVA's release of new agricultural land. So everybody's been asking me, are you happy? And I said, what worries me is this sentence here by one of the farmers, who I quote said, there are many construction firms that outbid farmers for farmland and use them for illegal landfill and dumping purposes. I'm wondering why the AVA, the NEA, the BCA, and now the SLA have not done something about this abuse of our land since we are so short of land. Then, am I happy that there's so much farming land available? Farming is not just about producing food. It is about a countryside with farming activities, high-tech or low-tech. It is about culture, it is about heritage, and it is about tourism. It is about nature, food and beverage, and lifestyles. It is about a place of solace for people to distress. Government needs to look at land, labor, and licensing, and not just about allowing more land to be released. What do the ministers who have no experience about farming, who have no experience about land, who have no experience about growing even a bean sprout, when they are doctors, personal private secretaries, lawyers, and suddenly they are able to tell farmers that we need to go high-tech? I think we need to return to the drawing board to really listen to the farmers on the ground who understand what they are doing, instead of just being happy about releasing land that cannot be used for growing food. I love reading the papers too, because it makes me laugh when I read things like that, you know. Taman puts workers' interests first, NTUC. I mean, how much interest do they really put to people when at least 70% of Singaporeans are earning less than $2,000 a month? I can understand the days when we had to give people like Goh Chok Tong, Dana Balan, Jayakumar the award because they were not paid as well as these people are now. When these people are paid millions, surely they should be doing what is their job. But we have hope. We have at least one minister singing the right tune, that we need skills and not degrees now. And I think that is really, really something that should be pushed more and more, so that people will not be retrenched from their jobs because they can be replaced by robots, they can be replaced by a computer, they can be replaced by artificial intelligence. So at least one minister is singing the right tune as far as I'm concerned. Rules are often made to suit the system and the regime and the instructions of the leaders of that time. So why is he complaining about it? He was the feedback chairman many years ago, and during his time there were a lot of rules and actions which were also not lawful. Why didn't he do something about it? Why is this pet of the system suddenly complaining about the system? Is it because of his conscience, or is it because of old age, or is it because he thinks the horny one is waiting for him when he kicks the bucket? I'm really looking forward to the end of that drama. I have always great respect for Han Fook Kwang. Whenever he writes an article under Thinking Aloud or as an editorial, he always brings up very good points, not just good points, but thinking points. Actually, we should make him the thinking minister. We need somebody like that to power this country into a thinking country. And talking about skills, it is ridiculous that kids living on this small island surrounded by water cannot swim. How can that be possible? Luckily, we have some visitors here who can swim well, so thank you to Miss Hajas for saving some of our kids. In the old days, all of us used to jump into the drain, jump into the rivers and learn how to swim and jump into the sea. But nowadays, they are all sitting down in the HDB flats and not learning how to swim as often as we did. This clever motherhood statement mouthing person who also said you only need a small space to make babies. She doesn't understand the difference between screwing and making a baby. They are both different things. Another great statement she made, milk is milk. So why did we allow all these milk companies to come to Singapore, and most of them are white multinationals, and screw us and charge us for all this milk over all these years and only take action now? If milk is only milk, why don't they support the goat farms and the cow farms and have kids drinking milk? It is pathetic that in this country, when we are lacking children, that people are abandoning their kids. What is the root of the problem? We have to train our girls to understand that pregnancy is not the worst problem. We have to tell them that AIDS is a bigger problem. So we have to train them to practice safe sex if they really need to have sex. And why does that mother have to adopt her own child? She gave birth to her child. Surely the hospital knows she's the mother. All they have to do is register her name as the mother of the child, name of father unknown or undisclosed, and that's it. We should help all mothers. AWARE is now starting a petition to lobby the government to give more help to single parents facing housing woes. If we really treasure children, let's first treasure the mothers who have the child, help them, make life easier for them. Cheers to the netball youth team for winning the Asian Championship. I'm so proud of you. Cheers. I like to finish on a high. So as most of the newspaper has bad news this week, somebody told me an online good piece of news about a taxi driver who volunteered to give his umbrella to his customer. You know, I believe in the goodness of people. Last week, somebody came to my farm and we undercharged him. And would you believe it? They actually called us to tell us that they will come and pay us the difference. And it was quite a big sum of money. So to these good people out there, thank you for making the world a better place. Thank you for your comments and your support. If you are really going to love me, please subscribe and please continue sending your comments.